Testing. 1, 2. Fuck. Oh my God. Fucking day. Shit. Hold on. What a day. Wow. Late start. Probably the latest I've ever started before. I figured it was probably still worth going because I don't know. I forgot my fucking wrist brace. Fuck. Okay. Take 2. I figured it was probably still worth going live today, even though it was incredibly late, because I don't think there's much going on in the stream world. I did see Owners Boxes live right now. Not that I meant to interfere with them. I think we're going to go on tomorrow. Guys, I don't know what the fuck is going on. StreamYard updated. I'm going to have to email them. StreamYard updated. And when you go into your settings, I mean, I got my microphone right here plugged in. It's not changing. It sounds fine. Okay. Thank you, Sai. I appreciate that. Strap it on and lock in. Yep. What's up? Jazz was sharp. Live at 11, my ass. Yeah, sorry. You want to know what happened? I'll tell you what happened. Let me say what's up, Ron. What's up? W's, Jazz Chisholm Hall. Yep. Can we get a yap about the kid robbing Junior of a home run? We sure can. Put that kid in prison. What's up, Javon? Raise her ass. Fuck you. It's not a great time for Rays fans. Where can I parlay the All-Star game hits? I don't know, actually. It can be done. The song gets me going. Dumps, what's up? Happy Tuesday. Yep. Junior and Rooker 2-piece Friday. Just dropping to say great rager on Draz. You really are a lead at this meme capping thing. Thank you very much, Hovey. Shout out to all the fucking sharps out there. Everybody who had Junior Caminero Cornfield. That's not a dig at you, Javon, I promise. Cornfields, Mr. fucking in the shadows, chirping at me, Caminero. What was the other one? Oh, James Wood. Hey, James Wood was really sharp. He barely got out of the first fucking inning. Yeah, I bet. Listen, you know what Jazz Chisholm has in common with just about every other of your, the wagers out there? They all fucking lost. All right. Shout out POD Pete. Pour one out for POD Pete. I like Pete. Coming from a good place. I like Pete, but holy shit. He got fucked. I'm not laughing from a mean way. You know I do this shit to my friends, but goddamn, that's funny. Yeah, but go ahead, lay it on me with Chaz. Listen, there's a reason he was fucking 14-1, 16-1 to win the home run derby. That was stupid. I thought he was a theatrics guy. You know, I got to rant about that. Yeah, Unc must have moved in with Chewy after Chewy's $600 win, 11 a.m. Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. Hot take, James Wood was winning without that horrible start. You think so? Interesting. What's up, Brock? Good to see you. Is Cal winning the derby separating him from the MVP race? I don't know. If James Wood didn't go first, he was winning that thing. Interesting take. Yeah, so let me tell you what happened to me this morning. It's been a bit of a court morning, but I moved everything I have to do to this afternoon. Then I have a 5 o'clock appointment, which I'm kind of looking forward to. New shirt, by the way. I got this from Everlane. I can't tell. It's a large. I can't tell. I mean, it fits fine. You know, I am heavy. I'm heavier than I've been in a long time. I'm not like trying to get my like shirts that make my arms look jacked. This is the problem. You see how the shoulders are pointing? You see that? I don't know if there's anything that can be done with that, right? Like, I tried the shirt on. Like, do I just have to keep doing that? It's kind of frustrating. Good call on Junior. I didn't do anything for Junior. Unc got the shoulder pads out. Yeah, I think so. Javon, how about those Bucks? I had to quickly. I was waiting. So let me tell you what happened to me first this morning, by the way, and then we'll get into it. So, by the way, good morning, everybody. Alex Slim, Easy Puck. There you are, 7-month. Appreciate you. I haven't seen you in a long time. Hope all is well. This is what happened to me this morning. So I got my car shipped. All right. I used to do the drive from New York to Orlando. That drive gets old after you do it 6 times. Let me tell you. Okay. I got my car shipped. My car has been down in Orlando. We shipped it there for the holidays. I've been back in New York for a few months without the car. Car got shipped back up. Okay. I got this guy. It's the second time I used him. Great guy. All he does for a living. I mean, it sounds miserable, but also it sounds kind of nice if you want to avoid the corp life. He just drives up and down the East Coast delivering cars to people. He's got a nice big semi truck and a trailer. He's got about 4 cars on the bottom, 4 cars on top. Charges 10 units. All right. Cold hard cash. Cool. I'm in. It's worth fading hitters. Hold on. Let me tell you. Thank you, Boston Sports Talk. I appreciate that. Great call to everybody who had James Wood. That was also very sharp. Great call to everybody who had O'Neal Cruz. That was very sharp. Yeah. Great job. All right. Everybody's a fucking loser except Cal Raleigh. I didn't see anybody on Cal Raleigh. Talk about that in a second. I'll recap that in a second. So, guy gets here. First of all, he's a great dude. He's a Jamaican guy, like just awesome dude. But he's very loose with his timing. You know, very loose. Like, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow morning. Well, tomorrow morning could turn into 6 p.m. All right. You never know. I'm not going to ask questions. I'm getting a really good deal on this. And again, nice guy. Second time I used him, nice guy. If you're a nice guy, if you're a good guy, I'll deal with some bullshit. I just will. You know what I mean? Here's the thing. Guy gets here today. Texts me at 7:30. He says, I'm an hour out. Cool. Ready to meet you. Now, on a semi-truck, you can't really go make these fucking sharp turns, okay? You can't go into neighborhoods. You can't go down streets, like city streets. You got to stay out on the highways, okay? I respect that. So I'll come to him. He drops a location. He says, come here. I'll be here in about 10 minutes. Okay. It's about a 7-minute walk from me. I get there. I see his big old fucking truck. I get there. My car is second in the trailer behind another car, which is on the very end, like ass hanging out and everything. And he's like, hey, man. I was like, oh, fuck, this don't sound good. All right. Because usually he's all about his business. Like, he just comes straight up, let me sign, take a picture of the car, give me the keys, bam, see you later. We did one of those, like, I went to shake his hand, he went to pound me, and then I went to pound and he went to shake his hand, but we squared it away. He's like, I can't find the key. I can't find the key to the car behind you. Oh, oof. That's not good. All right. If your car is on a trailer and there's another car behind you, your car is not getting around that car unless that car moves out of the way. That car is not moving out of the way unless you have a key to drive that car out of there. So if you lose the key, that car ain't going nowhere, which means my car ain't going nowhere. So in short, I'm fucked. And I'm like, bro, Richard, what are you going to do? He's like, I'm on the phone right now with the locksmith. You're too old for this elementary school humor, Matt. You're too old for it. I don't know. I thought you were in your 30s. Anyways, locksmith takes 2 hours to get there. Okay. Locksmith takes 2 hours to get there. Locksmith gets there. Locksmith takes 30 minutes. Tells me he's going to take 30 minutes to open the car. Locksmith takes an hour to open the car. 3 hour ordeal. 3 hour ordeal from the time my car was supposed to get dropped off and picked up until I could actually get the car. So I kind of had to be on standby. I was very productive. I got some work done. I made a TikTok video. I just posted it about the Bucks jerseys. Great jerseys, best jerseys in football. And so now I'm here. The car is back. Okay. So I thought it was going to be a little longer. I found parking fairly quickly. And I'm here and I'm back, and it's good to be with you guys. So I do want to talk a little bit about this home run derby last night. Okay, elite jerseys. Unreal. Good afternoon, DJ. Need an All Star game lock. Who's winning? Oh, sorry. Let's talk politics and stocks. No, it's big in between on that. I'm glad somebody still works around these parts. All these other streamers, are part-time nowadays. Fantastic jerseys. Can we just talk football, man? No. So here's the thing. I didn't watch a lot of the home run derby last night. I watched juniors round one. I watched O'Neal Cruz, which was very fun. I watched who's the guy that went first? Who went first? Oh, James Wood went first, right? I think James Wood went first. Who went first? Anyways, I watched like the first 3 or 4 people. A lot of people were bitching about the camera angle. And not that I disagree. I didn't want to like add on to it because it was kind of like ad nauseum. Everybody had already beaten a dead horse. It's not great, but I guess I had a hard time. I used to watch the home run derby as a kid. I was never the biggest baseball guy, but I love the video games. I like the home run derby. What did the camera angle used to look like? Rooker went like 10 of 11 in the first 11 balls. Yeah. I feel like Rooker was a bad beat. Did Rooker get fucked? By the way, it's hilarious. I asked Greg for some takeaways this morning. I asked the group chat. I'm like, hey, guys, I'm going to recap the home run derby. Can you give me some takeaways? Steak didn't give me anything until about 2.5 hours later. Greg finally provided some value 3 hours later. Greg responded with hard to recap since they changed the format. Betting Cal live was cool. I'm like, okay, that's not what I'm looking for, but thank you for trying. Got beat by eighth of an inch. Hey, Chris Berman on the caller. I should have listened to Spanish broadcast. They kill it with the home run calls. Yeah. Okay, but here's my question. Was the elimination legitimate, or did he get fucked? You know what I'm saying? Did he get fucked? I don't know how they didn't do the swing off that close. How do they know the ball went inches further unless there was like a chip in the ball? Yeah, certainly they could measure an eighth of an inch on the stands, but can't a ball or strike? Dude, no shit. That's a bad look for baseball. That's a bad look. I mean, figure it out. I'm measuring it down to the eighth of an inch. Yeah. Okay. Great to see you, JJ. I'm doing well. Thank you. All right. Good to hear. Rooker got fucked. Yeah. It's bouncing off, shit rolling. So RIP to the Rooker betters. RIP to the Rooker betters. And ended up seeing, I think I saw Javon tweet this. I agreed with one of his tweets. I disagreed with one of the other tweet. I agreed with him saying he's surprised he didn't see a lot of Rooker love. I concur. I didn't see any Rooker love. Not that I was surprised. I didn't know if he should or shouldn't have gotten love, but I didn't see anybody on Brent Rooker. But then I disagree with the tweet that said if O'Neal Cruz and Byron Buxton don't make it, Twitter's going to start talking about NFL, implying that everybody is on Buxton and O'Neal Cruz. I didn't get that at all. I didn't see. I saw a handful of O'Neal Cruz bets, and I saw maybe even less than Buxton. Snake was on Buxton. I ended up tailing because I was like, I like Buxton. He's a dog. He's fucking mean-looking motherfucker. He didn't really fit the trend because he's an old bag. He's 31 years old. He was a shit wager. But I saw everybody on James Wood. I couldn't believe it. There was a good amount of Junior Caminero love. There was a good amount of, I saw a decent amount of Matt Olson. But I didn't see that many people actually on the favorite. I didn't see, just me personally, everybody's feed is different. I'm not saying he's wrong. But I really didn't see a lot of people on I didn't see anyone on Cal Raleigh. So shout out to Cal Raleigh. Yeah, you were on Cruz. Did I get fucked? I only saw Wood. I saw Wood Wood was by far the most popular guy yesterday. That's what I thought. Trent won 30K. Let's give it up for Trent. Seriously. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I mean, look, I'm probably the king, the king clown right now in terms of being a shit better. But I think it's great that I mean, in terms of content, I mean, I don't know if the guy's actually fucking winning 30 grand or who not. That's not the conversation I'm having. But I think it's cool to go to an event like that and hit a big bet. Like that's great. So kudos to Trent. I'm a Trent fan. You guys know that. Love to see that. O'Neal was also aided by the million exit velo. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I took a 500 plus home run. It was insane. I took Junior to have the highest exit velo. He had 117 off the bat, and then I saw O'Neal Cruz at 118. I didn't watch the end of it, but I was. Did I get fucked or no? Did I get fucked? Oh, and how about shit wager of the night too? Jazz was an awful wager, obviously. I didn't watch his at bats. First round, over 154.5. Didn't have a pulse. Stop throwing McAfee in our face all the time. Yeah. Jazz was embarrassing. Yeah. So here's my question about Jazz Chisholm. First of all, I thought it was kind of a weird guy to put in the home run derby to begin with. When you think of home run hitters, you think of fucking Barry Bonds, you think of Sammy Sosa, you think of Mark McGwire, you think of like big dudes, you know? Jazz is a little guy. He's a little guy comparatively. You know, I don't know how he can look to side by side next to me, but he never should have been in, right? And I'm not backtracking. This is kind of my thought when he was in to begin with. Part of the reason I started watching the pregame and I saw that he had like 16 or 17 home runs this year. And I was like, damn, he's hitting the ball very well. I don't know how the course fit was for the ballpark or whatever, but I was like, oh, he's hitting the ball pretty well. And you know what I kind of thought to myself? I was like, okay, the guy's hitting home runs. Jazz to me just seems like the kind of guy who would probably care about like the theatrics, like the All Star game events. That's really why I bet Jazz. But then obviously in hindsight, I'm thinking to myself, this guy doesn't strike me as a home run derby guy to begin with. Well, how did he get in there? Swing is too long due to a timed home run. Yeah. Jazz was like Mookie a couple years ago. Yeah, great. That's a very, very good point. Yeah. He was coming back from an oblique. Well, why didn't they sub him out? You know? Julio Rodriguez put a decent performance on as a smaller guy, but yeah, Jazz was awful. But you almost wonder if you're unhappy with Jazz's performance, you can't even be so much mad at Jazz. You got to be mad at the committee or whoever the fuck it is that said this guy should be in the home run derby. I mean, right? I am curious. Again, I asked Greg and Steak for their opinion. They didn't really give me much. I am curious. What were some takeaways from the Derby in terms of from a spectator's point of view, POV? Did you guys enjoy it? I saw a lot of bitching about the camera angles. I don't know if people like the format. I had a takeaway. I thought it would be cool when you see those hotel rooms above the stadium. The home run derby seems like the perfect thing to watch from a hotel room, looking into the stadium, like hanging out, fucking maybe you're naked in a robe, shooting the shit. Maybe you got a party going on. I don't know. But like that seems pretty cool, right? Some hotel rooms had balconies. Like that seems like the perfect thing. You know, if you watch a baseball game, that's kind of boring. They don't want to watch ground balls. You know, you don't want to watch ground ball. Yeah, you got your own bar. You got your own bar. Got to remember, you select from the willing all-star pool, not everyone. Got you. Got you. Yep. Why wasn't Judge in the Derby? Probably didn't want to be in it. The camera angles were atrocious. Yeah. ESPN 2 was dope StatCast version. The camera angle was from the catcher view. Could see every home run plus exit velo. Oh, that is cool. By the way, I'm just chugging a protein shake. I need some calories. I did have 3 eggs and a piece of toast for breakfast, but it's been a hell of a morning. So I knew the only way to power through this and yap it up with you guys was probably to chug this down. Javon, are you in Atlanta? I know you guys went to Chicago for PLL, which Chicago looked like a great time, but are you guys in Atlanta or is that just Trent and LC? Fuck you laughing about? Worst format I have ever seen. The format, just Trent and Lauren, got you. The format was perfect. Are you guys, is BTL on today at 12:30? Because I'll just roll into you guys here in a few minutes. Is BTL on today? No BTL. All right, well, I'll try to go a little bit longer. Also, ESPN needs to stop putting Pat McAfee. All right, so let's just talk about Pat McAfee for a second. I retweeted something here. And, look. Hold on, let me find it. Fuck is it? Where's this tweet? Hold on, sorry. Oh, here it is. It's going to be a slow day at the office, guys, but hello. Thank you to everybody who's joining. I see we got 57 in here on Twitch, couple 200 on Twitter. What's up? 11 on YouTube. How we doing? What's wrong with Pat? Well, let's talk about it. ESPN has this pool of talent that they choose from. Yeah, let's talk about it. So this was the tweet. It's not that really there's anything wrong with Pat. This is what I want to try to explain. This was the tweet that I retweeted. Okay. Says ESPN know that Matt McAfee is bad at his job and subsequently annoys the fuck out of everyone who isn't 17 years old. This is the thing. I think Pat McAfee, like in real life, as a human being, as like a guy, probably excellent. Great dude. Probably a guy that you'd want in your friend group. Probably the guy you'd want to hang out with. Seems like a good guy. You know, if I'm with Pat McAfee and maybe after a couple drinks and everything, maybe you'd want Pat McAfee in small doses. If he's getting a little like this and everything, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, maybe I just can't go that speed anymore. I'm getting older, you know? But Pat McAfee, in my opinion, is fine doing what he does where he's got a talk show for like 2-3 hours. And he's just standing up, tank top, guns out, fucking, talking like he like talks or whatever, however he talks. Very unique, but whatever. Matt McAfee, I bet. Did I say that? Pat McAfee? I missed the Berman Derby days. Yeah. They've been a little overkill with Pat, but who would you rather do? This is kind of what I'm getting at. I don't know that McAfee is very good at what ESPN is asking him to do. Like, I just don't know if I don't know if that's really his thing. You know, there's kind of like, who's the guy? Like Chris Fowler. You know, Chris Fowler is so good at doing what he does. I think Chris Fowler is excellent. You know, Kirk Herbstreit is good at doing what he does. They're kind of loose. They're kind of like, they're not robotic. They have a human element to them. They have enthusiasm. Pat just takes it to a degree that's like, you don't want a lot of that. It's too animated. It's too wrestling, you know? Annoys the fuck out of anyone who's 17-year-old. Like, yeah, he gets a little annoying. I can take him in really small doses, but like his show on the background is fine. Appealing for college football viewers and fans that are young. I don't even watch him right now. The wrestling attitude has got to go. But like, you can't ask him to be somebody he's not. If that's who he is, let him be that. But it just doesn't fit everything. You know what I kind of compare it to? Like Marty Smith. Marty Smith was probably, I think he was brought on to be like the NASCAR guy. And now they got Marty Smith doing like college football stuff and doing golf stuff. I'm sorry, but when I hear Marty Smith or see Marty Smith, I just think about NASCAR. Like Pat McAfee can do his own thing, entertain his own audience, talk about sports, talk about topics, cool. But like, I don't know. Yeah, like I think I'd probably rather just like a little bit more boring of a sports personality to do these things. I think they think that Pat McAfee's like the coolest, hippest guy. And maybe he is, because that's the thing. When you look at the pool of people that they have to compare to, I don't know what the fuck ESPN's doing with their hiring, but they got nobody. They really have nobody, you know? Yeah, exactly. I'm not asking Pat to not be who he is. Pat can be who he is. You know what I mean? Can we just admit the ESPN has fallen way off in general? Yeah, absolutely. Talking about way too much of the field stuff rather than the actual game. I think he has the alpha mentality, and so on shows that isn't his own overtakes a little bit. Sure. What I saw, by the way, a couple Fox News shows got canceled. Fox Sports. What was your guys' opinion of those shows getting canceled? I didn't watch any of them. I didn't listen to any of them. Emmanuel Acho, Joy Taylor, Mark Schlereth, I think a handful of others. I never listened to them for sports. They did suck, right? Pat is great for a college game, in my opinion. I'll admit that. I did not mind college Pat McAfee on College Game Day. I don't watch College Game Day from start to finish like I used to when I was younger. Yeah, they were all bad. If you do anything regarding wrestling, you should be banned from most sports. Acho and Joy Taylor are awful. Yeah. Paul Pierce saying he was better than Jordan, LeBron, T-Mac. Yeah, Paul Pierce is kind of losing it too. I think Steak has a pretty good take. Not that it's like super rare or unique. It kind of is just like stating the obvious here, but you don't really hear a lot of people say it. There's something about like former athletes when they talk about sports, it just doesn't really work. Like they're just not that good. And I think it's like you try to really break it down. It's interesting because if you were a former athlete, you know the ins and outs. You would think like, oh, if you played basketball, you should be so good about talking about basketball. Not necessarily. Because here's like I'm trying to think of why doesn't it click? And here's what I think. We're fans of the game. And we kind of want to be talked to like fans of a game, you know? Like fans like to hear other fans give their opinions and give their perspectives and their and stuff like that. When you hear it from a player, it's kind of cool as like a featured guest. Like having a former athlete on to talk about the game or give you some stories, awesome. But to have like an everyday talk show or like a podcast talking about the sport that fans are obsessed with, it doesn't really, it's very hard for them to do. Like 95% of them are just not really good at it. And it's probably because they were never fans. They always played. You know, they always played. Plus, you kind of just lack a little personality. Let's be honest. I mean, you see a lot of interviews with these athletes. They lack personality in all sports. Hockey, too. I love fucking hockey players. They're the most dull, boring fucking human beings in front of a microphone. I want to rip my ears off. You know? It's like you're just spoiled, rotten, fucking pampered all through, whether it's basketball, AAU, or fucking whatever hockey is. You play the sport, and then you're supposed to get out there and you're supposed to relate to the common man talking about the game. No, not really the same. Not really the same. Can we get an analysis on Noah Senge posterized photo? He needs to retire, right? Yeah. What's up, Torres? They also make the athletes dumb it down to sound more general, and they can't. Yeah. Good point. I think the relation to the audience aspect is looking in these big shows. Nobody should have to go through the pain and suffering of Acho speaking. Yeah. Yeah. He's pretty awful. Board review and BTL 100 times better than any daytime Fox spots. I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. I say it all the time. Whatever your opinion is of Book It, you know, I understand there's plenty of critics for Book It and BTL or any of the other shows, whatever. When I have been listening to sports stuff, I crave sports stuff. And when I listen to most of the times in the afternoon is Behind the Lines. And I don't even care. I don't even care what Javon and Krabs are betting on. I just like to hear him talking about sports. Like sometimes I come away with like, oh, that's interesting, you know, especially baseball or college basketball, like the sports that I don't really know the ins and outs of. I'm not listening to fucking Paul Pierce or even Mark Schlereth or these guys on VSiN that have shows. I'm not listening to that. Some of it's so bad. It's so bad. It's crazy. It's so crazy to me that it feels like you're lacking people who are just decent about talking about sports, you know? Like how is that? How is it hard to have a shortage of that? It's interesting. So there was, you know, that's what I was actually going to ask you guys. There was this channel on YouTube I recently came across. Let me see if I can find it. See if I can find it. It's these two guys. No, fuck. No, not that. Not that. Stacking the Box. No, it's like Sam Morrison or something. He's like a Canadian guy. And then there's another big dude with long hair. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Nerd Sesh? No, that doesn't sound right. I was listening. They do NFL. Does anybody listen to the NFL Stock Exchange, by the way, with Trevor Sikkema and Connor Hughes? I didn't know Trevor Sikkema was so fucking popular. Is it Stacking the Box? No, that's not it. Fuck. There was these guys that were pretty damn good. That's gonna piss me off. Is it Check the Mic? Yeah, Check the Mic with Steve Palazzolo and Sam Monson. Anybody ever heard of these guys? What's up, Bears Eth? Anybody heard of these guys? They're pretty good. I see their YouTube video. I subscribe to their channel. I see their videos on every now and then. They're pretty good. Hey, on that note, by the way, I've been starting to do some AFC West research. We're going to have our newsletter out Friday with AFCS preview and best bets. You saw our best bets for the NFC East. I'm on Dak most passing yards. I'll be on his over passing yards line as well. I did actually officially punch that in. Most passing yards 10-1. What else am I on? Jane Daniels MVP. I've not put that in yet. I need to deposit some money here on Bet Online. You also like Chernoff though. I do. I don't know. I mean, obviously the way Chernoff has reacted to certain criticism I'm not really a fan of. And obviously how he came out after me too was fucking crazy. Like to be that soft is unbelievable. I thought his whininess of losing the Washington Commanders bet against the Bucs in the playoff was very embarrassing. And I thought I was pretty honest in calling out a clip of his podcast. But I like Chernoff because he thinks differently and he views sports differently. And I like hearing people that are different talk about sports betting. You should know I tweeted it already. Xander. BK will be on for the Open tomorrow. We should have a on-time departure, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow for the board review. Today was a little crazy and chaotic. I'm sorry about that. We're going to have happy hour on Thursday. Steak should be able to attend. I don't know if Greg can attend. Greg maybe can attend. We might have Pranav from Pickett come on and do a little trivia. Trivia will be fun. Pranav claims that he's better at trivia or very good at trivia. Steak is a phenomenal trivia guy. So we'll do a little trivia there. It should be fun. But I wanted to throw out there to you guys. So I started doing some AFC West research. I read up on the Broncos. I read up on the Chargers. I have not read up on the Raiders, and I have not read up on the Chiefs. I have some notes. You ready for these notes? Be right back. And what I was going to tell you is, I think we're gonna do a space tomorrow night, 6:30. All are welcome. Ben Major Matt should be in. Steak might be in. College Experience is good too on YouTube. They go over every college game. Okay, W's. No, I like Rom. I like Rom a lot actually. Overall pick next year. Maybe, you know what I want to point this out there though. I'm going to tweet this later. There's two things I'm going to tweet. There's always those teams that come out of nowhere. Last year, the Commanders and the Broncos came out of nowhere. And it's like, fuck, how did we not see that coming? Who is this year's team? Could it be the Raiders? Probably not. I'm just saying, though, is it going to be the Giants? So anyways, here's some notes that I took, and I will share them with you. Okay, because that's what I like to do. I like to share things. All right, I don't gatekeep. I don't hide things. I'm not fucking Cornfields. Just kidding. Shout out Cornfields. I know he hit a bet yesterday. By the way, he showed me. He always wins bets. He never lost. No, not the Cardinals. Yeah. I have a bet on the Cardinals. I'll tell you that right now. I hope nobody swagger jacks it and steals it. I'm going to take the Cardinals last undefeated team. They have won in the first 5 weeks. Their hardest game is on the road against San Francisco. They're always pesky on the road in San Francisco. Always. I like them. I'm going to give you some notes on the Denver Broncos. Is everybody listening? Do I have your attention? The Denver Broncos are going from being favored in 2 games last year to being favored in 12 games this year. It's the biggest jump of any team in the NFL. Behind them are the Washington Commanders. They were favored in 3 games last year. They're favored in 12 this year. Between these 2 teams, okay, one of them is probably going to regress. So you either think it's going to be the Broncos or the Commanders that regress. I think it's going to be the Broncos. I'll tell you who loves the Broncos, Greg. But I got to tell you, there's very logical reasons why you would like the Broncos this year. I'm a little nervous, the Broncos, and I want to be super clear about this. The Broncos seem like a team a lot of people are high on this year because you like Sean Payton. People like Sean Payton. Did a great job last year. Bo Nix looked good last year. You improved the running game. Your offensive line is excellent. They had one of the best offensive lines last year. And your defense only got better. You know? The defense, they might be the best defense in the NFL. But I'm telling you, when I drove to Toronto and back, I listened to a lot of NFL talk. People are very high on 2 teams, the Broncos and the Minnesota Vikings. High on them. In the same breath, I must tell you, even though I'm letting you know that these teams are popular, it should absolutely not spook you off of making a wager on them. Okay. There are times when I have scaled back, but still placed a bet. Never forget Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Badgers 2 years ago. I was going to make them a 3-unit wager. I listened to VSiN all summer. Everybody loved the Wisconsin Badgers. Everyone. Sneaky long shot to win the Big Ten, make the playoff, blah, 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 blah. They fucking sucked. Okay. They were terrible. Sometimes when one side of the boat gets too heavy, too lopsided, doesn't work out. But let's give examples where it did work out. Last year, I tweeted in January of last year when Ben Johnson said he was going to stay with the Lions for another year. I said, I want all the Lions stock. Okay. That's what I said. Fast forward. What did I do? Nothing. I talked myself out of it. I scared myself off of it. And why did I do that? Because everybody loved the Lions. Well, what happened? The Lions win the division. The Lions go over their fucking win total. They didn't win the Super Bowl, but I mean, that's enough. That's enough. Another thing, Eagles. We had the Eagles. They didn't win the Super Bowl, but we had the Eagles every which way. The year they went to the Super Bowl and they lost to the Chiefs. I started listening to the streets. Everybody loved the Eagles. Fuck. Didn't make a wager on them. You should not let Cornfield says it's a W rant. Yes. As much as I am a contrarian bettor, as much as it scares me sometimes whenever you walk into a room and everybody's got the same opinion, makes me a little uneasy. If you like a team, don't let that scare you off, okay? Because I just gave you a couple of examples. When Matt Stafford got traded to the Rams, people love the Rams to win the Super Bowl. They won the Super Bowl. Tom Brady got traded or signed with the Bucs. People love the Bucs win the Super Bowl. They win the Super Bowl. That shit happens. That shit happens. So if you like the Denver Broncos, I just want you to know, a lot of people like the Denver Broncos. Make the bet. They could go fucking 13-4 this year. Here's a crazy stat. And I got all of this from Warren Sharp's book, by the way. God damn it. MLB All Star game live. We got QE. Are you in the YouTube chat? We're getting a lot of freaking bots in there lately. Hold on. Let me go snipe a bot real quick. Let me see if I can get this motherfucker. Hold on. MLB All Star game. I'm going to report them for, spam, unwanted report. Okay. And we'll hide user on my channel. Think that worked? Okay. There we go. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Bots in YouTube. Wow. Yeah, no shit. Okay. The Denver Broncos won the most games by 14 plus points. Isn't that crazy? 7. What's up, Pip Talk? We're talking AFC West, and we'll talk a little All-Star game, and then we'll get the fuck out of here. I don't have a hard stop at 1 o'clock, but I got a soft-ish stop. It's pretty impressive. Now, here's a not so impressive. How many playoff teams do you think the Broncos will beat last year? How many playoff teams do you think the Broncos beat last year? Not one. They did. They beat the Chiefs. Yep. The Chiefs rested their starters too. Come on. I'm the hint. Playoff team did the Broncos beat? Come on. Nope, not 3. That's 1. The Chiefs when they rested their 2. They beat the Bucs. They beat the Bucs in the worst possible spot imaginable. You remember that? The Bucs had just beat the Lions on the road. Remember that? The regular season? Then they came back. They got their shit punched in by the Broncos. They beat 2 playoff teams. They actually crushed the Bucs. They did. They fucked them up. We'll give them credit. Beat the fuck out of the Bucs, but you beat the Chiefs when the Chiefs rested all their starters. 28% of Bo Nix's throws at or behind the line of scrimmage. I believe that was the 3rd most in the NFL. You know what that tells me? Short leash, very conservative. Now it worked. Granted, it worked. But you didn't ask Bo Nix to do a lot, which is smart. Rookie quarterback had a really tough start to the schedule. Remember their start to the schedule? It was at Seattle. Let me see if I remember this. At Seattle, Steelers at home, at Tampa, at the New York Jets. Hard. Believe they went 2-2, beat the Jets and the Bucs, and almost beat the Steelers. Smart, but they're going to ask Bo Nix to do more. Okay, now I'm going to tell you where I'm getting with this bet, and don't forget AFC West spaces tomorrow. Bo Nix playing deep throws that were very juice. The Broncos started games very slow. Could the Seahawks be one of those teams like Broncos Commanders? Maybe. I'm going to tweet, and I want you guys to engage with it. I don't really want you to engage with it. I want you to give me your input. You know what I mean? Asking for likes. Anyways, the Broncos started slow. Bo Nix threw 28% of his passes at or behind the line of scrimmage. You know what I think? They're going to emphasize this season not starting slow. They're going to have Bo Nix be more aggressive. But you know what they didn't do? They did not improve their wide receiver room. They got Cortland Sutton on a contract year. They got Vile. They got fucking Troy Franklin. And they drafted a guy in the 3rd round from Illinois. Paul fucking Franklin or some bullshit. Not Franklin. Paul Thomas. Paul Bryant. I don't know. 3rd round. Come on, give me a break. But basically, the only real improvement was signing Evan Ingram at tight end. Hovey's boy. Shout out Hovey. Hovey loves to tell you when I make a shit wager. Never forget this motherfucker came in here and was saying, oh, Evan Ingram's going to have over 4.5 touchdowns, blah, 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 blah. What did Evan Ingram catch? 1? Nice job, Hovey. Cheers. Pat Bryant, that's who it is. You have 50 cornerbacks, man. Yeah, who's a team you are buying low and a team you are selling high? Great question. Don't know yet. Still forming my opinions. Will you drop a free play for 100 likes? Oh, very funny. Yeah. So anyways, those are some notes on the Broncos. Those are my notes. This is what I do. I read Warren Sharp's book and I make these notes. These are my takeaways. And then I make my own decisions. Okay. If Warren Sharp tells me to jump, I'm not going to fucking say how high. Like fucking Carson out there who traps my ass all the time. Calling me a fade this, fade that, whatever. Carson just out there running around tailing motherfuckers. Hey, what do you like? 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 What do you like? What do you like? What do you like? It's all love, Carson, okay? I think having fun with the trolls. Not yet. I am late to my college football research. I got my Lindy's magazine coming in the mail. It should be here July 18th. I like the Lindy's magazine. I don't know if you guys like that. It's great. Anyways, I don't know that I'm buying Denver Broncos stock, but I'll tell you what I'm not doing. I'm not fading him. Okay, I'm not fading him. Not fading him. I like Bo Nix to throw the most interceptions. I don't see that anywhere. But I think Bo Nix is going to throw some interceptions. People sleeping on the Raiders roster, young and unproven, but Carroll is getting his guys. Most athletic Raiders team live, seen them in years. Sure. Needs ink to paper to jump in. Yep, I do. I hate reading on the computer, man. I like the hard copy. I know. I don't know what to think about Notre Dame this year. Obviously, I'm going to watch their got to go back and rewatch the spring game, see what's going on. Was literally just talking about Nick Scientist for the Goat Whale with you. Let's fucking go. I love to hear that. So basically where I'm at so far is not touching the Broncos. I'm not going to fade the Broncos. Great house season is near. D-Gen, love that. D-Gen, did you lock in your week 1 POD? No. Oh, no. Well, dude, if the line moved, I'm going to be so fucking pissed. Should I just do it right now? Should I do it right now? Should I lock in my week 1 POD? If you guys weren't here yesterday, my favorite week 1 play is Ashton GT to score a touchdown. You know, I like the Raiders in week 1 too, as it is. I thought about taking the Raiders. I don't know what to do. Should I just lock in it right now? Okay, hold on. I'll go do it right now. Football. I'll just wait. The CLV will not move. Dude, I'm going to go look right now. If it fucking moved, I'm going to be pissed. You know there's whales watching. You know there is. Okay, he's even money. He's still even money, plus 100. It will definitely move. Do that shit. I'm fucking doing it. I'm doing it right now. 2 or 3 units. 2 or 3 units. 2 or 3 units. How about 2 units? 2 units and half on 2 touchdowns. I'm in. Starts in 54 days. I'm in. I'm going 2 touchdowns too. And I'm about to tease the fuck out of it. Oh, I'm so ready to ride. I'm going 2 touchdowns right now, half a unit. You ready? Let's go. I'm in. Bam! 2.5 units on fucking Ashton GT. This motherfucker is so scoring a touchdown. If he hurts himself in practice, I'm blaming all of you. All of you. Yeah. Who's tailing? If you do so, you're doing it responsibly. All right. Okay. Now, I also read about the Chargers, and I took some notes about the Chargers. So, spoiler alert, Steak loves the Chargers. Greg loves the Broncos. Okay. I don't think that I'm not here to tell you that the Broncos are trendy and the Chargers aren't. I do sort of feel like people probably like the Chargers as well. Herbert and Harbaugh, good duo that people like. Ladd McConkey, people like. But they don't really have any sexy weapons either outside of that. You know? I have to tell you, I wanted to go into basically this is my mentality. This is how I attack my research, okay? Chargers trendy is an August ritual. Great point, King of Car Seats. This is how I attacked each team's chapters. I went into the Denver Broncos saying, I want to come out of this reading something that tells me I should not put money against the Denver Broncos. And I did, because ultimately what I like to do is I like to stare at the depth chart, which is on the very first page of Sharp's book, which I love. I like to just stare at the depth chart, and I just look at it, and I tell myself, there's enough guys on this roster that I don't want to lay my fucking head on the pillow at night. You got to do this with coaches, and you got to do this with players, obviously. There's enough guys on that team and on that defense. I don't want to put my money against them. And there was nothing I really saw in the nitty-gritty, in the weeds of the analytics and the data that showed me like, ooh, little fraudulent, ooh. So I went in and I said, I want to read this chapter, and I want to be told. I want nothing in here to tell me I should bet money against the Broncos. Nothing told me I should bet money against the Broncos. So I said, okay, I feel good about that. I went into the Chargers, and I said, I want to see something about the Chargers that makes me want to bet money on them. Got to tell you, little disheartening, little underwhelming. There was nothing about the Chargers that I truly liked. There really wasn't. Pat Bryant, sneaky for the Broncos? Could be. Yeah, sure, could be. Raid Snowman after this? Okay. Trey Harris is a dog, the rookie. Yep. I just jammed my fucking tooth with this straw. Anyways, notes on the Chargers. Everybody ready? Is everybody paying attention? I don't know that we could do any better on a fucking Tuesday in the middle of July when we have nothing going on. But I need to know, are you paying attention, or am I just screaming, straining my vocal cords, talking to myself, wasting air and energy? Are you listening? Loving the stream. Ron, thank you for the feedback. Locked in. I got my notepad out. Awesome. All right. If you didn't already know this about the Chargers, I knew this because I made the Chargers first half one of my PODs, and unfortunately, it did not hit. I'm pretty sure I took them against the Denver fucking Broncos, and they got their ass kicked in the first half and lost in the second half. But something I observed, and I did take advantage of this when I think they played the Bucks, maybe. I think I took the Bucks live in the second half or something. Something I observed were the Chargers were not scoring points in the second half. They were starting really fast, but they weren't scoring in the second half. The Chargers, going into the fourth quarter, I wrote this wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. If the games ended after 3 quarters, the Los Angeles Chargers would have the best record in the NFL. They were 12-3-2, meaning they were tied twice. They were losing only 3 times. They were winning 12. That Bucks Chargers game was hot. That game was unbelievable. Yeah. You run the shit. Just solo yapping. Yeah. Okay. The Chargers started games hot. They finished them slow. Justin Herbert, not great in high pressure situations. That was the biggest takeaway. Any locks tonight? I tell Jazz, and I'm currently poor. Hi, Cheddar. You don't want to be tailing me, but I'm going to be on Jonathan Aranda MVP. Okay. He's going to go up there at the play. He's going to make the most of it. Home run, RBI double. I don't know, something. That's why Harbaugh likes to play run the ball a lot. Defense don't set them running up score much. Yeah. Now, the Chargers have a very good offensive line. Okay. They got Mekhi Becton, big motherfucker, from the Jets. He's going to be their interior guard. You got Slater and you got Joe Wall. They got a great line. Herbert is a quarterback that I do not mind investing in because I think he's only going to get smarter. I think he's got time because he's got a good offensive line. I like the confidence, and I like that he's got a guy like Ladd McConkey. I wish he had somebody else. He did get Trey Davis, the guy from Ole Miss. Although I got to tell you, Warren Sharp wasn't super high on him, but I don't care. I make my own opinion. I saw Trey Davis play football. I liked him. Am I saying his name right, by the way? I think it's Trey Davis. What can Herbert do that we haven't already seen? Absolutely big on Amari Hampton this year. Yep. That's another guy. So Trey Harris. Yeah. Sorry, not Davis. I knew that didn't sound right. Trey Harris. Thank you. If you care, Warren Sharp loves this guy. He also, even more so, because Amari Hampton's big, he loves RJ Harvey in the Denver Broncos game. Okay. He's holding out right now. Number of games NFL teams trailed at halftime 1. I'll add 4. So here's what I got. One thing to keep in mind about the Chargers last year, okay? Their defense benefited greatly. If you look at here's the thing. Do you guys remember this? I faded the Los Angeles Chargers last year. I took their under win total. It obviously did not hit. They went over their win total. They had a good season. Okay, not a great season, but a good season. I looked at them in week 1. I think they lost in week 1. I forget who, to Gardner Minshew maybe. And I said, I don't like this defense. I don't know who's on this defense. I don't like this defense. This defense doesn't scare me. That was a reason I even told Greg, and Greg made fun of me multiple times throughout the year. I said, I want to add more money to fading the Chargers. Thankfully, I didn't because I look like an idiot. However, listen to this. This is probably something you didn't know because I didn't know it either. The Chargers played the number 1 easiest schedule of offenses. Number 1 easiest. So their defense really got propped up last year. They looked a lot better than they really were because they were playing such an easy schedule of opponents. Weak quarterbacks, weak offenses. Doesn't that make so much fucking sense? It makes so much sense. And I got to tell you, I still look at this defense and it doesn't do anything for me. Doesn't do anything for me. When they played good quarterbacks, listen, the Los Angeles Chargers, when they played good quarterbacks, 1-5. 1-5 against good quarterbacks. And then the last thing, this year, the Los Angeles Chargers, they play the number one pass defense, projected number one schedule of pass defenses in the NFL. Not fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. And I have always said, I respect Jim Harbaugh. I have always said that. As somebody, as a Notre Dame fan, I loved when Pete Carroll left USC because I respected him as a head coach. I hated when Michigan finally hired a real coach in Jim Harbaugh. Hated it. I loved when they had Brady Hoke. I love when they had Rich Rod. I love when they had Lloyd Carr. Bunch of fucking idiots. Sherrone Moore, I'm sorry. Sherrone Moore is not a good head football coach. Don't listen to fucking Special K. Oh, he beat Ohio State. Whatever. Anyways, to bring it back for you, the Chargers last year, a little fugazi. Okay? They got the hot starts. They were winning 12-3, essentially. 12-3-2 going into the fourth quarter. They played the number one easiest schedule of passing offenses last year. 1-5 against good quarterbacks. This year, they play the number one schedule, hardest passing defenses. Okay? Last year, passing offense is easiest. Sorry, I know I confused that. This is what I like. This is what I like, and I already took it. 33-1. Not betting on the Chargers. I still like Justin Herbert. I like Herbert. I don't care that he's playing a tough schedule of passing defenses. Don't care. Again, just a projection. Things can change. I'll tell you what I like. That doesn't really do much for me, though. They're going to be running the ball most of the time. Fair enough. They're going to be running the ball most of the time. Justin Herbert also, didn't write it down on a note, but I remember it in my head. That's right, because I fucking read. I really can't comprehend much. Kind of an idiot. I'm losing a lot of brain cells. I've been smoking pot and fucking drinking beer since I was actually drinking Smirnoff Ices and Zimas when I was like 13 years old. I can't sound cool like I was drinking beer. I didn't like the taste of beer for a very long time. I have a couple concussions from football. You know what I mean? Got my ass kicked by a bunch of Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighters working at a club. It's amazing. It's amazing that my brain can still function. But I did remember, and I already forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, now I remember. Justin Herbert threw for a career low last year in passing yards per game. The exact number, I think it was 227 yards. Smirnoff Ice at 13 is killing me. Yeah. I mean, it was good. It was good. Omarion and Najee are huge upgrades from Gus and Dobbins. I'm not super in on Najee, but fine. I know. Oh, he's got 1,000 yards in 4 straight seasons. Whatever. Omarion, cool. Let me tell you what I like, though. Want to know what I like? I don't love Najee Harris in the red zone. Sorry, don't. But I like him to get there. Give me Justin Herbert over passing touchdowns. Most passing touchdowns in the NFL. Now, he only had 23 last year. Fucking Burrow had like 45. Herbert's 33-1. Long shot. Longer shot. Okay? It's like taking Shane Lowry to win a golf tournament. Probably not going to happen. It'll be in the mix. I like Justin Herbert touchdown passes. Najee is fine. He's not out for a while. Yeah. Did everybody get that? Did everybody get that? I just went through the Denver Broncos and the Chargers for you guys. Subscribe to the newsletter if you appreciate the knowledge that we're dropping here. Subscribe to the newsletter. It'd be great. We'd really appreciate it. It's on the website. You can subscribe for free. Thank you to everybody who pays and contributes. So we went through the Broncos. We went through the Chargers. Chargers, little fugazi. I'm not in on the Chargers. Steak loves them. I'm not in, but I'm not out. Broncos, not out, but I'm not in. I like on RJ Harvey, but I really think J.K. Dobbins eats more than half the workload when healthy. Sure. Warren Sharp loves RJ Harvey because something that he mentioned is the Denver Broncos offensive line run blocking was some of the best. Javonte Williams was atrocious. He was atrocious, and he really made them look worse than they were in the run game. Who do you think is the most corp team to win the division on Twitter right now? I know it's early. Damn, that's a good question. The Texans. Because I don't think anybody really believes in the Jags, the Colts, or the Titans. However, I have no problem with that wager. I have no problem. People are very high on the Rams. Yep. Give me the Steelers under wins this year. Yep, people are very high on the Rams. Chernoff has the Rams as his Super Bowl pick. No thanks. I'm good on that. But again, I'm going to go tweet this. The Broncos and the Commanders exceeded expectations. Actually, you know what? No. Is that what I want to do? No. I want to do two different tweets. I'm going to do Broncos, and the Broncos and the Commanders went from being favored in 2 games and 3 games to 12 games. Which one of these teams is regressing? That's going to be one tweet. I have to remember this because I think this is good. This is good conversation. I don't know where my pen is. This is good conversation. Rams getting slurped might end up being them. Don't forget to add in third down luck on your tweet. Oh God, yeah, seriously. I have an NFL Week 1 POD best bet for 2 units. Want it now or after the whales move the market? Sometimes I make myself laugh because there are no whales moving the market. They have before. Seems like the whole world already has the commies penciled in to regress heavy. Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. There's a reason for it. There is a reason for it. I will tell you this. I took notes on the Commanders. I will absolutely tell you this. I'm in on the Commanders. Straight up. Straight up. I'm in. I don't know that I'm betting on the Commanders, but I'm not out on the Commanders. I'm gonna take Jane Daniels to win the NFL MVP. I wonder if that already moved. It was plus 750. That was my best bet in the news. I love Jane Daniels. I didn't think he was going to be that good last year, and I was wrong. But listen, like sometimes in sports, you just have to accept, like when things work, they work. When players are good, when coaches are good, when teams are good. Jane Daniels in the Cliff Kingsbury offense was fucking fantastic. Like, do you remember they went like 3 games without punting? Well, the interesting thing is, Javon, I was going to make a meme too, you know, where the guy's walking with the girl and he's looking this way. Everybody's talking about Commanders and Jane Daniels regressing. Nobody's talking about that with Bo Nix and the Broncos. You don't think the Broncos are going to regress a little bit? Oh, I don't know, Jim. Only beat 2 playoff teams. You know, for sure. Football. Let's see, NFL futures. What is the MVP? Oh no, I want to go to player futures. Here we go. Jane Daniels is 8-1 now. Market's moved against me. I'll take it. Nixon year 2 with Peyton. Yeah. What's up, fat girls? There are a lot of reasons for the Commanders regressing. There's a lot of logical reasons for this to make sense. They played the easiest schedule in the NFL last year. You should go look at their opponents from like week 12 to week 18. They played horrendous quarterbacks, or like really young and inexperienced quarterbacks. They were 8-4 in 1-score games, the Commanders. Okay. You know how that always works. Like sometimes that goes the other way. Played week stretch of QBs from week 12 to 18. Yep. This year they faced 3 teams off a bye. So you can think of that however you want. 10-1 at Circa. I don't have access to Circa. Defensive help would be the only thing I could see. DJen, have you guys talked about Bengals at all? No, we have not. We're going to do AFC West. So I still got to read about the Raiders. I'm like, oh, this is what I'll probably do. So there are teams every year that come out of nowhere and surprise people. The team last year was the Rams. I think the Rams had, I don't remember what their win total was, but no, was it the Rams? Who was the team that came out of nowhere last year and surprised people? Was it the Rams? I remember there was a stat of like team to finish with the worst record, and the Rams had like the 5th best odds. Oh, the Vikings. Yeah, there it is. That's the one. The Vikings. 2 years ago, who were the Vikings 2 years ago? Was it the Seahawks? That's the one. What was the Vikings win total? Was it 6.5 last year? Yeah. Geno was comeback player of the year 2 years ago, right? All right, so that's going to be my tweet. Doesn't matter. The Bears exist. I don't even know what that means. So I'm going to ask 2 questions. I'm going to ask between the Broncos and the Commanders, which team do you think regresses from the improvement of 2 to 3 games favored last year, 12? And then last year's Vikings, 6.5 win total, came out of nowhere, made the playoffs. 2 years ago, Seahawks, 5.5 win total, came out of nowhere. Maybe it wasn't. Was it 2 years ago? Fuck. It might have been 3 years ago. When did I take the fucking Seahawks to miss the playoffs? Oh, you know what? Maybe that was last year. Matt, are you in here? When did we take Geno under passing yards? Was that last year? Pip talk. Yeah, I don't know if you're really buying low, though. They have the easiest schedule in the NFL. They have a 10.5 win total. They are a very trendy sleeper for number 1 seeded in Super Bowl. But I'm not talking you off of it. I'm not talking anybody off anything, by the way. Just making that really clear. Can Bo Nix be a sophomore candidate? He's 25 and holds record for 61 starts over 5 years. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, give me your best bet for the All Star game tonight, and then I got to shut it down. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Best bets for the All Star game. I am going to take Jonathan Aranda. Javon says over Yurfie. Interesting. I'm going to take Jonathan Aranda. ALML. I'm keeping it simple. Okay. I'm going to take Aranda MVP, and I'm going to go look at it if there's any more fun bets. Hold on 1 second. I'm in football. That's why I can't find anything. Where the fuck is baseball? MLB player futures, All-Star game, MLB All Star game, All Star game MVP. Aranda 40-1. The market hasn't moved. All right. I got to deposit some money in my Bet Online account and take that. Ohtani is 650, Judge 750, Acuna 12-1, Raleigh 12-1, Pete Crow Armstrong 12-1, Fernando Tatis Jr. 14-1. What do you guys like? MVP. Kyle Stowers 28-1. Does this ballpark not favor lefties? I'm assuming. I mean, Kyle Raleigh. Oh, he's a switch hitter. Yeah. Ooh, I gotta check. I gotta check my Cal Raleigh RBI leader ticket. How was that doing at the break? 150-1, no big deal. Oh my God, he's beating Judge by 1, bro. Stephen Qua, I fear the AL pitchers may not hold up for Aranda. What do you mean by that, Javon? You mean he's not like going to get an opportunity, or the hitters for the NL are going to outdo Aranda? Oh, I see. Got it. Guys, in all seriousness, Cal Raleigh, not touting a wager, although I kind of am, I guess. Cal Raleigh, most RBIs. Fuck is it? Oh, here it is. No, that's not it. Oh, I got the Mariners. Oh, I did take his RBIs over straight. Over 80.5. He already fucking cashed. I didn't even know that. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry. All right, here we go. Kyle Raleigh, 101 most RBIs. What do you think that I could trade that for? $15 to win $1,500. How often do hometown guys get the MVP? Morning, DJ. Don't overthink it. After the reserves placements, NL is a deeper team. Yep. Sharp on. Thank you. I said there was one guy I wanted to invest in this year, and it was fucking Cal Raleigh. I just liked the guy. I'm a sucker for a good catcher. I like Piazza growing up. I loved what was fucking the Yankees guy. I mean, I hated him, but was it Jorge Posada? And then Buster Posey. Ryan Pepiot. Yeah, I do have Ryan Pepiot over K's straight. DJ and ass guy I've always been an ass guy. That's what happens when you fucking grow up watching Q-Tip videos. You know, you ever seen Vibrant Thing music video? Watch it. It's great. Pudge Rodriguez. Yes. Great one. Yeah. Oh, stop. How do we get this command off? Nightbot. Listen to your maker. Caballero stolen base leader could have fed generations. Dude, Cornfields gave me that last year. That's crazy. In all seriousness, what do you think the cash out option would be right now? I mean, I know I'm going to mush it. Cal Raleigh's probably going to miss fucking 3 weeks. It's not going to hit. I don't think it's going to hit. But I totally forgot I took his RBI straight too. Over 80.5. He's got 81. Cash that shit. Only 1 unit, unfortunately. That's so funny. It said Seattle Mariners over 80.5, and I just assumed it was their wins. I have Josh Lau fucking over RBIs. He got hurt. That's not going to hit. I have Pepiot over 150.5 strikeouts. What is that looking like? Pitching? Let's see. How are his Ks looking? Fucker strikeouts. Oh, here we go. Ryan Pepiot. He's way down there. Oh, is he really all the way down here? Good God. Where's Pepiot? Joe Ryan, Jesus. Grant Holmes has more? What the fuck? Shut up, DJ, and you listen to me. Oh, God. Great Rager regardless. On Pepiot? I don't know, man. I don't think so. Oh, he's at 110. It's good, right? Oh, Cal, okay. Don't even fucking start. Don't even start. Don't do that. So he's at Pepiot's at 110. He needs 41 more. He's 6-7. He's probably got another 10 games he's going to pitch minimum, right? So you need about 4 a game. Yeah. Okay. All right. Just glazing my futures, although I'm probably jinxing all of them. All right, guys. That was fun. Good luck on your bets tonight. I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about. We went through, I gave you my notes on the research I've done thus far. Subscribe to the newsletter. We'd really appreciate it. If you're watching in Twitch, follow the page, please. It's the least you can fucking do. Thank you very much, all the subscribers. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube page, please. We'll see you Thursday for happy hour. Tomorrow night, we're going to do a Spaces. We're going to talk AFC West. Javon, if you guys are around, great. Mid-Major Matt's going to co-host with me. Anybody else is in here? Snowman, Straight Locks, anybody else? Betting news people. Don't have to be doing fucking content. You could just be anybody. Bring up a play. Let's talk about it. Let's have some discourse. All right. That's what it's all about. I love the discourse. Snowman's live. Let's rate the Snowman. The last time I rated betting news, they just fucking ended. Cornfield. Cornfields. Let's put it this way. Yep. Easy Puck. You're invited. Everybody's invited. Cornfields, you have an open invitation. All right. You have an open invitation to anything we do. So you don't need an invite. Raid Snowman Sports. I was thinking to people with Twitch streams. We can host a space, DJ. I mean, Cornfield's very funny. Okay. I'm going to raid. Join the raid. Go say what's up to Snowman. I like Snowman's streams. He does a good job. All right, guys. Have a great day. Good luck on your wagers. And go Jonathan Aranda, All-Star Game MVP. I'll see you tomorrow morning. We'll do a little recap. I'll try. I don't know if I have time to read through the rest of the AFC West, but we'll talk about it. I'll go through my notes. Then tomorrow night we'll do a Spaces. Okay, I'll create it. I'll send it out, and we'll do the invite. Join the raid. I'll see you guys later. Peace.